Hi guys, we are discussing the Kautilyan state and society, and this section is about the country. How big was the Kautilyan country? During the period to which a date can be ascribed to the Arthashastra, that is between 4th century BC and 150 AD, there were only two empires, the Nanda and the Mauryan. In fact, Chandragupta Maurya was the first conqueror to join together the Indus Valley and the Gangetic Plain in one vast empire. Before the empires arose and after their disintegration, the political map of the subcontinent showed not more than 6 large kingdoms in the Gangetic Plain, various republics in the predominantly hilly areas in the west and the north, and a number of smaller kingdoms whose relative independence must have varied with the power of a larger neighbor. The Arthashastra also discusses foreign policy in terms of 4 powerful kingdoms: the conqueror's own, for example, Magadha, the present-day southern Bihar; the enemies, say Kashi; and the middle and neutral kingdoms, for example, Koshala or Vriji. The 16 Mahajanapadas, or great races or nation-states before 600 BC, the subcontinent in Mauryan times and the situation after its breakup are shown in the end paper map. For that map, you'll have to buy the book or Google it. A hypothetical Kautilyan country was a compact unit ruled by a king, or in some cases, an oligarchy of chiefs. Kautilya envisages a variety of natural features: mountains, valleys, plains, deserts, jungles, lakes, and rivers, though in practice all these may not be found in every country. The frontier regions were either mountainous or jungles inhabited by tribes, which were not completely under the control of the king. The frontier was protected by forts, especially on trade routes to other countries. References to ships and trade by sea show that some countries had a sea coast. The main city, in the central part of the country, was located near a perennial water source and well laid out and fortified. There were at least 4 other towns functioning as the headquarters of the provinces into which the country was divided. The Janapada, or countryside, consisted of villages with clearly marked boundaries. Pasture lands lay between villages on land not suitable for agriculture. Roads of different widths, depending on the nature of the traffic, connected not only the towns and villages, but also the country with its neighbors. Rivers and lakes had dams and embankments impounding water for agriculture. There were 3 kinds of useful forests. I love this section. We'll come to this later. There were 3 kinds of useful forests, different from the untamed jungles. These were forests for recreational use like hunting, economically useful ones for collecting forest produce like timber, and nearer the frontier, elephant forests, where wild elephants could be captured and then tamed and used as cavalry for the kings and for war. Special areas were allocated in the forests for ascetics and the schools of Brahmins learned in the Vedas. Plenty of land was available for settlement, indicating a fairly low density of population and many uninhabited tracts.